iHeartRadio.
What's going on, y'all? It's WWE superstar Kofi Kingston, and you're listening to the Baby Faces on iHeartRadio, baby!
You hear that music? That means we are back with a special Monday episode. We have probably our biggest star yet, defending WWE Undisputed Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I feel like, give me another really big star that came on the show.
Oh, we've had your friends like Al Snow on the show.
Al Snow trained me.
Yeah. That's our guy. We're from here in Louisville, Kentucky, Ohio Valley Wrestling. Aaron the Idol Stevens on your old tag partner, and even the guy that played your father on a Young Rock, Daniel Hill. He's a guy we had on before too. So
that's a deep cut.
That is. He's hoping to go give a shout out.
I like Al's such a unique individual. I mean, you guys know that Al's unique. Al knows he's unique. I am one of the few people that try and bang the drum from my time, 4400 Shepherdsville Road, Louisville, Kentucky. Right. OVW, I try and bang the drum that Al trained me. I mean, really trained me from scratch. My dad had hip tossed me and body slammed me. That was it. And then he walked back into his office at the training school he had when I was 15-year-old, and I refereed, and I learned a little from the refereeing. But even the refereeing, he'd have me do old school. Just count three. Just count for real. And Al was the first guy to speak to me on the level of psychology. And I always appreciated Al would tell me, hey, I did this once in my career and it was a bad choice. And it led me down this path. When you get in that spot, make the right choice. And I've had a few of those moments, even recently, where I'm thinking like, man, dude was right. Kind of a Magneto was right when it comes to Al Snow. Like, I was right. Yeah.
Right. What would Al do? Right.
Right.
We've also had some of your friends on SmackDown on as of late. Austin Theory last week, Jade Cargill, and SmackDown going to be making its return here to Louisville on June 7th. Of course, we've been promoting that show as it's coming up here. So, a little bit of a homecoming for you, right? Like, how cool is it when you do get to come back to Louisville to your roots of wrestling and with OVW and all that?
Oh, it's one of those that the plane ride in, the drive, everything. It's just kind of every mile there's a memory, because my experience in Louisville, and I lived a little out the outskirts, Hillview, Kentucky.
Yeah.
My experience was legitimately the most college experience I would get. It was so much fun, and the wrestling, that was the most fun part about it, because I'd find other people who liked wrestling. We'd watch WWE 24/7 on demand. This is before the network, before Peacock. You pay $7.99. And then the same people would be like, hey, we're going to the gym at 8 a.m. And they taught me how to work out, and to be there when CM Punk was on top, and, coming out to AFI and the crowd losing their minds for him, and just seeing like, oh, I like what he's doing. He's a good representative of what we do. But yeah, just it's every mile of memory. And I mean, like my 21st birthday, 4th Street Live.
Oh boy.
Miz threw me this big party. I'll tell you something. I'm not embarrassed about it now, but I was pretty embarrassed about it then. 21, so that's the kind of that's the first time you're drinking, and I just had too much. It's my 21st birthday, and I remember Miz was like, "I got your back. Don't worry. Just go in the restroom, get settled. I got your back." What he meant was he kept the door open while I vomited violently in front of the entire 4th Street. I think it was Sully's was the name of the bar at the time. Yeah, and yeah, that was my 21st birthday. But it was a great night. Miz threw me a wonderful party. I will forever be grateful for it.
Well, dude, that's awesome. And you're returning as champion. And I've even heard you say before, last time you guys came here was obviously for the Bray Wyatt and the Terry Funk memorial. And you even said after the show, you didn't have a college experience. You had a Louisville experience. And I remember even going back to the OVW days back when I tell Billy this all the time. Your rivalry with Deuce and Domino, with Sean Spears, some of the best stuff that I've ever seen. And now you're on top of the world just off of 2 fresh WrestleManias, and you finally finished your story at this last WrestleMania. So kind of talk a little bit about that. Was it everything that you hoped it'd be, the 2 years in the making and coming back? You're finally crowned the champion. You finally get the WWE champion in the Rhodes name. What was that like, that moment for you in Philadelphia?
You have your life's work kind of come together in a matter of 3 seconds, even though it takes years and years. And there's a promise I made when I was 8 years old. But I was surrounded by just such wonderful people. And WrestleMania 40, I think, is just going to age like wine, in a sense of what we all did that night. And it was very prominent that here, this most successful period that WWE has ever had, it's not just one person. You know, I know Mr. Heyman would like to give Roman all the credit. I get it. But it's not just one person, and that's what was seen in that match. And I'm so glad I got caught up before your question. You mentioned Shawn Spears.
Yes.
so Shawn Spears, during the Deuce Domino Cherry, during this rivalry, I had no fundamental experience. Like I couldn't tell you like a top wrist lock from a double quarter. Like I had no fundamentals.
Wow.
But they didn't mind, because they were teaching me from the story's perspective first.
Yeah.
That's how I would like to teach. And Shawn was there to lead me through it. And he does not get enough credit from me for how special he is. He is the only person that I regret I didn't have in the ring after WrestleMania, because I saw him that day and we just took a picture together, and he was just like he always was. He knew what this day was. He knew it was big, and the opportunity to go, and I could take it all if I wanted to. And gosh, dude, I wouldn't be where I'm at without Shawn Spears. He is a blessing to the business, and I'm so glad to see him in NXT.
Absolutely.
I mean, one of the best WrestleMania main events of all time, Cody. We were there in person for it. It was emotional. It was just chilling, and especially the moment where the gong hits, the Undertaker comes out from the ashes to take out The Rock. What did that feel like for you in that moment, just hearing that pop and the crowd just become unglued?
I got a kind of secret about that spot that I'd never actually shared. So here's the first time, some breaking news. When the blackout happens on TV, it's completely dark. When the blackout happens in the arena, your eyes are adjusted to where you actually can see kind of what's going on in the ring. And so the gong hits, the place loses their mind. But Roman has leveled me prior to this. So I'm just kind of laying there almost dead to rights, you know, like hanging on, trying to catch my breath. But I saw out of the corner of my eye, the Undertaker roll in the ring at a speed that was like a Ricochet would roll in the ring. A Chad Gable would roll in the ring. Like a speed that, if anyone's wondering, oh, I wonder if it's still there. Oh my gosh. It was like a lion, legit, like watching a lion who'd been sleeping on on the Rock all day. And then he just went out and did it. But when he choke slams the Rock, I got to make eye contact with him ever so briefly. And I think he maybe wanted to have a moment, maybe not. I could be overestimating my importance to The Undertaker here. But he winked at me. He winked at me, and then the lights went out. And it was like legitimate magic had just happened. Like, this guy actually, no, you know what? All the times he struck people with lightning, all the times he did it. It's literally just as he gave me the lights went out, and I couldn't believe it. And it's, to me, one of the most special things ever. He's told this story before. I didn't sleep the night after WrestleMania. I left him a rambling, good 4-minute voice memo about just what that night meant to me, and him showing up to be part of my crew was unbelievable.
Yes, and like as Billy said, one of the most memorable WrestleMania moments, all the legends coming in and culminating an amazing story. It was really personal. I got personal at times off the 39 and then coming back to 40. It was really awesome to see. So we're definitely proud of you here in Louisville, dude. And just, I guess, to go ahead and wrap it up, dude, like we said, June 7th, KFC Yum Center, Friday Night SmackDown. It's not the Davis Arena. It's a little bit bigger. So, you know, you've been in arenas like that. So what can the fans expect when the American Nightmare makes his return as WWE Undisputed Champion, and when Friday Night SmackDown is back in the city? That's me and Billy's birthday weekend, so we're excited to be there.
Birthday weekend. Well,
that's right.
There's the Davis Arena, where the people would stomp their feet on the floor and it would sound like it was thousands.
Mhm.
There's been Freedom Hall, which to this day is the loudest reception I've ever heard, when John Cena ran into the ring and the entire building was shaking, not unlike it did for AJ Styles in Lyon, France, a legitimate shaking of the building.
Yeah.
I expect the same energy when it comes to the Yum Center. I expect the exact same energy because, like I said, it's not a college experience. It was a Louisville experience. There was something I found out that no one in my family had ever found out about that place on earth and Louisville's importance. And just the fact that I get to go back and come back, you know, with the deal
Look
is
at it.
there she is the greatest gift ever. And I look forward to seeing a lot of faces who were there for all those other shows in the past, and should be a great night.
He is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. We are the Baby Faces podcast. Cody, we'll see you here soon in the Ville, man.
Thank you guys so much. Hey, everybody, this is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, WWE